Hello everybody, welcome to this cryptocurrency technical analysis. This is not the attempt number 2, I promise you. First attempt, everything's going very well. And hope that you are doing very well. Obviously, we just had some pretty major technical issues, but we're back within 5 minutes. So yeah, as I was saying before that cut out, we are going to be going through tonight in the stream, starting with Bitcoin technical analysis. Of course, we have to start with Bitcoin. Then we're going to be going over the top 5 altcoins that I think have amazing, and I mean amazing, potential gains to the upside. So you do not want to miss those. Starting with Bitcoin, the star of the show, the love of my life, and the absolute range-bound market that we have. I've married a few ranges in my time, not going to lie. As you all know, we had a marriage with the range back in, what was that? It might have been 2019, I think we married the range. Well, here we are in 2021, May, and we've got a new love of our lives. We've got a new marriage going on, and we have a new gold mine to be trading. Of course, it's the range. Of course, we were shorting up at the highs. Title of the video is Bitcoin ready for a pump? Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm in a short right now. Obviously, we've hit some take profits. But obviously, what happened here? We came up to the top of the range, the same range that we've been trading now for the absolute week-long environment. Okay, really simply, it's longing at the lows and shorting up at the highs. Nothing too extraordinary, but we don't want extraordinary. We want money. And that's exactly what we're doing, making some money right now, trading the ranges. Oh, I forgot to actually make sure everything sounded okay. Hope that you are all doing well. I absolutely just totally forgot to make sure everybody can hear me okay. La 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 la, ladies and gentlemen. No, the thing is, the cables are an okay. So that basically, if you missed the first part, if you're watching this back tomorrow on Saturday or Sunday, you're going to be like, what happened? What went wrong? We got the standing desk. So as the desk, I wanted to do like an epic entrance of like, but you know what happened was the cable got caught on something and it pulled out the HDMI, and it was just like, oh, what a fail. That was one for the fail book. But hey, plug the HDMI back in, and we're back in the room like nobody saw anything. Nah, but being serious here, I'm still really conscious of like this microphone boom arm is not long enough for this desk at the moment. I got the new one arriving tomorrow, so the new one does arrive tomorrow. I'm like so conscious of having to be like looking here. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking about just doing the technical analysis looking at this screen. Well, that would make a lot more sense actually, wouldn't it? Let's swap the screens. Let's do my technical analysis on this screen right now then. Makes more sense. And then we do this, and now I'm looking at it. Hey presto, what, look at that, magic. So here we are looking at the Bitcoin chart, and I think it might sound a little bit better if I'm looking into the mic. So yeah, as we were saying, want to go through Bitcoin tonight, looking at the targets. Should we break to the upside of this range of the weekend? You know, we can look for higher naturally. And obviously what I want to say, like massive support levels during this range if we are to reject here and head down. So, you know, this is why we love to trade Bitcoin the way we trade it. It's a very non-emotional, you know, just you get the levels, you do your technical analysis, and then it really is just sticking to the plan, you know, not getting, you know, greedy up at the highs, not getting fearful at the lows, but you just have to make that plan and really stick to it. It's as simple as that, making the plan and sticking to the plan. So we obviously had this really big resistance up at the range high currently. This is what I took my short off of. Well, it must have been a few hours ago now, but naturally we just came up to the range high. So if we come down onto a lower term time frame, so we're trying to get a bit of a bounce underway here potentially, but we can see that we come up to around this highs, which is obviously our CC. Okay, so I can remind you of these levels. Of course I can. If we come up to the 12-hour chart, on the 12-hour chart, what we can see here is if we drag our fib from the high down to the very low, we know that we came into this CC Fibonacci levels. So when we come back to the 15-minute chart, as you can see here, that was the bottom of the CC. This is the top of the CC. And, you know, a few days ago, what, 2 days ago now? I know, literally yesterday, well, late. Anyway, we come into the bottom of the CC. We got that quite a nice pullback during the during the night really, and then we got another move up today, and we were pretty much testing the high of that CC. So we still got resistance basically around $59,000. $59,000 still resistance right now. What we can do is, I think I might cover resistances first and then cover supports. So really simply for me, we got resistance currently around basically $59,000, give or take, give or take $100 over, $200 either side. We can say last rejection high was $59,072. So yeah, we got really this bit of a box. Okay, we don't want to really look at this one as an exact dollar, but we got this bit of a box of resistance here, which is really, I want to say $59,000, and then give or take $200 either side of it. We make our own destiny, I suppose, when it comes to trading. I think you want to look at this market in a way of thinking to yourself, hey, do you want a long or do you want a short here? If the market pushes up here, what's your plan or what's your idea? You know, I think it's a form of trading suicide to almost try and long up here. You know, if you're longing $59,000, maybe I don't know what to say really. I just wouldn't do it myself. So yeah, I think you've got to be really cautious if you're longing up around here. Obviously, somebody has to do it. Somebody, if we're going to push out of this range, somebody has to move it up. But would never be myself. I wouldn't long there. So I'll let that be down to the mercy of the markets, as we say. This for me is definitely a short zone. Obviously, this is the thing. The more times we test this level, the weaker it gets. So if we are to test this high a third, fourth, fifth time, the more times we test it, the weaker it gets. So what do we mean by this? Well, the first time we tested the top of the CC, obviously, it was an amazing short opportunity. As you can probably know, because I've probably talked about this in a public video by now, this was obviously exactly what we predicted on the last Champions live stream on Sunday. That was 1 week ago, giving the setup for Bitcoin to my group, and we were predicting the exact range before it formed. So one way was trading the range. You can either do one or two things in the market. You can trade the range, or you can predict the range before it even forms. And at CC Pool, that's exactly what we do. We predict the range before it forms, and this is exactly what I was looking for between the top of the CC, moving that back down then to around, obviously the low being around $54,000-ish. Again, we had the high of the range around $59,000, low of the range around $54,000. That was the Champions live stream on Sunday. In the Champions live streams, I do go through the entries, the stop losses, the targets, basically just my trading plan for the week ahead. And my trading plan this week was to trade that range. And, well, exactly as predicted, obviously, we got the original move to the upside, short position. We got the massive wick down to the lows, obviously long position. We came back up to retest the highs short. And obviously, in the end, we came down to the lows. So we've already had a rotation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, this is a bit of a partial decline, never reached the bottom of the range, and now we're back up at the highs. So from the prediction that was made, last Sunday in the Champions live stream, we haven't maintained within this range, and we are still within it right now. What I was saying, though, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, the more times that we test this CC, the weaker this level gets. So we've already tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we're 4 times now testing the level. Now also after making a potential higher low and the higher high. So what we're saying is, if we are testing this again for the 5th attempt at the level, I think it's very likely that we're breaking through it. So would I short that level again? I suppose I would if we swing failure pattern 59,200, but I wouldn't be so aggressive. Things to bear in mind, it's the weekend. Yeah, we got the weekend coming up. The stock market is closing. Does that mean I'm less likely to try and just randomly short the highs? Yes, I absolutely would be less likely to get involved on the weekend personally, because I like to kind of do other things on the weekend, but also just because, yeah, pretty much that's the primary reason. If we do swing failure pattern that high, it's something that I'd get involved in, but I wouldn't be the guy trying to market short the highs, if that makes sense. So it's more of a reactionary trade on the weekend for me. That's just my style when it comes to the weekend. You kind of just let the market play out, because the levels are not always as well respected. Well, they're respected per se, but they're just, things can get very overextended on the weekend. So I like to be a bit what's the word? Cautious, maybe? I'm not sure the right word. But yeah, obviously locally here, we had a very nice short position when we tested that range high again. So obviously came back into the range high, and this is where even the free spectator group over on over on the Discord channel, I was letting them know that in the champions group, like this guy said, I had to be baited into showing everyone what position I was trading. But in the champions group, I posted blasting out The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time while shorting Bitcoin, living my best life. It was obviously when we were hitting the range high for a little bit of fun, for the love of the spectators. I also decided to post that one in the spectator group, and of course, that was an hour ago. So hour ago. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord now. You know, it's absolutely free to join the Discord. But that was obviously an hour ago. And since that, we have made our way down even more. And we're trying to find a bit of support coming back in there at 57,800. Obviously, 57,800 was prior support. So we're getting a potential support resistance flip off of $57,800. Okay, as we can see here, where we hit the resistance. Now with, well, Bitcoin price attempting to form this back into support. If we do form this back into support and we're coming back up to the highs, again, not a short I would take for the fifth attempt of the level. It's a little bit too many times testing the level for me to try and, well, I just have no reason to try and short that again. Again, I would short it. So this is the thing. And again, I know my analysis is a little bit confusing for some people, but I would not short this again. What I would have to do to short this is see a swing failure pattern and then back down below. Yeah, so that for me would trigger the short. I would not be presetting orders, would not be aggressively market shorting this like I have on prior attempts at the highs, just because for me the fifth time, I don't know, wouldn't want to do it. I'm just going to grab my drink. So yeah, that's my thought process. Of course, already hit take profit one on this short position. Again, that short was entered nearly 1.5 hours ago for myself. So actually hit take profit one, decided to then jump on stream for you all. So what we were saying is, if we break this range high, which, you know, potential this weekend, we break, or maybe even today, if we break this range high, then what can we be thinking to ourselves? Okay, we have a few options of what we can really be thinking to ourselves. Obviously, we're very close to the all-time high. All-time high coming in at $65,000. Are we to hit an all-time high this weekend? We'd need about 10% rise to the upside. Seems unlikely to me that we do get an all-time high this weekend. Of course, it's possible, but I do think it seems unlikely that we hit an all-time high this weekend. Although, of course, if we start to massively impulse up, then we're not going to be totally ignoring it. But yeah, I think there's, what are we going to do here? So we could obviously, this is obviously going to bring us to an all-time high. If we just take a really simple Fibonacci extension, we're going to add on our 1.618 onto this. Oh, it's already here, so we just need to zoom up. So this obviously brings us to $67,000. This would be our high term, our all-time high move if it was to hit this weekend. Again, I'm not really expecting it, but if we are, then we got the 1.618 Fibonacci extension there at $67,825. More likely, I suppose, of the two is the one-to-one there coming in at 61. Basically, let's just say $62,000. Again, this is such a region. I don't think you want to get zoomed in and so focused on the absolute dollar. But we have this region of the one-to-one there at about $62,000. Another way of looking up targets for this range is literally taking the percentage of the range and then expanding it onto the breakout. That would then give you a move to around 63,000. Again, you got to give that as a region. But these are two areas of interest for me, obviously, for short positions. If we were to push to it, that would be my next areas of interest. So yeah, I wouldn't try and trade again the top of the range unless we got a swing failure pattern, or we fall down now and I don't get stopped out of this trade. Of course, I've only hit take profit one on it. So yeah, that would be literally, for the people, that's literally telling you how I'm going to be trading it. So that literally is how I'm going to look to trade it. Resistances to the upside. Of course, you're probably very intrigued what our levels of support to the downside are as well. And so we will cover that. But yeah, really simply, this was all done from you know, getting those levels last week, to be honest with you, literally. And then it's just a simple case of having fun. I think I even, where was that post? Yeah. Having fun listening to The Legend of Zelda for 10 hours. And it's even better when you're making money off of it, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I think like this is the main thing when it comes to trading. So, oh, yeah, it's that comment I saw. Yeah, this was a really funny comment, no? This is the thing when it comes to like trading. I swear I'm like so serious when I say this, that trading, we make this seem pretty simple now. I think I have a gift of making it seem a little bit simple. Obviously, I'm not trying to say it's simple. I think trading is I think trading is difficult. Yeah, so I think it's like a proper. If you want to be successful in trading, like trading is a profession. I truly believe it's a profession where, you know, you want to be like the doctor, you got to study for 5 years. You want to be, you know, architect, for example, 7 years of study. And I truly believe that if you want to be a trader, you got to be studying for that 5 to 7 years. So I will never tell you trading is easy, but I do think that the way I present my content, the way I, marking out the levels, giving you the levels, I can make it seem pretty simple. But of course, it's not going to be so, plain and easy in that regards. But yeah, that's literally the way that I'm going to trade it. So we still got this monthly CC and point of control up at the highs. Of course, we have another potential swing failure pattern if we take it one more time. Swing failure pattern is just when we come back above the high, close back below. We obviously would like to see the delta and the open interest, of course, on that to really verify the potential swing failure pattern. If we get no swing failure pattern of that high, we can look back up towards, I really got that $1,000 increments now, 61,000, 62,000 and 63,000. Those are the three kind of main regions I think I would look to short again. So we might be thinking, okay then, if we get a move to the downside, where could we be looking towards? Well, I think the most obvious place of support here, let me see, 30-minute chart. Yeah, on the 30-minute chart. So most obvious place of support right now, if this actually loads, come on. I think my internet connection is like dying or something. Why is this not loading? Come on. Look at this. The indicators are like taking so long to load. There we go, finally. Sorry about that. Yes, of course. So the most obvious place of support here is well, you have two major levels of support, don't you, really? So you kind of have this, and it's literally at the $1,000 increments. I'm not sure why Bitcoin loves these $1,000 increments, but you have your first layer of support basically around 56,800. So you might want to write these levels down. So you have your first layer of support, 56,800, and then you literally have your second layer of support there at 56,000. So you have like these two layered support levels. I like to always look at two levels to the downside, two levels to the upside. So then if you break the first level relatively easy, then you kind of let it go and look to trade to the next one. So I think that those are our two like layered supports. To be honest. So obviously I'm currently positioned in a short. Hit take profit 1 on the short, put on my stop loss. If I get stopped on the rest of the trades, I'm going to look to the range high. If there's no swing failure pattern, then I'm going to be looking up towards $61,000. If there is a swing failure pattern, then, obviously there's another trade there prior to any move. But that really is my game plan, if I'm totally honest with you. Still trading the range. As we say, trade the range until it breaks. Trade the range until it breaks. This is the thing that I would like emphasize about this, and then I think we'll move on to EOS or some altcoins. And that is like thinking it's going to break out before it breaks out. Okay, so you could say to me, let's just say for the example's sake, that Bitcoin just does this now and just goes straight up and blasts up to all-time highs, and it gets a massive move to the upside, and naturally there's going to be some guy that comments on the video saying, "Ha! You got wrecked in your short position." You know it's going to come if we get the move. Of course, there's always the guy that loves to say you get wrecked. But what you have to remember is here, imagine that we had longed this breakout. Well, we got wrecked. Okay, let's imagine that we've done it the second time Literally where I was predicting the best short possible on Bitcoin. Imagine all the people that longed here. Well, you got absolutely wrecked. And you would have thought this was a breakout? No. Well, imagine the third time that we test the CC level. And you thought this time, it's got to be breaking out this time. No. Absolutely wrecked as we move back down. Well, maybe fourth time lucky. Imagine that you had bought a breakout. I mean, let's be honest. The wick's already done. Imagine you had bought the breakout of the last high this time. Nope. Absolutely wrecked as we move back down once again. So, of course, maybe the fifth time of testing the level here, the price breaks through. But do you really, really, truly believe, if we're being totally serious, that that results in me being wrecked? Of course. I hope that you understand the answer without me having to even say it. But of course, we've tested this now for 5 times. If you had tried to trade the prior 4 ranges highs as long positions instead of shorts, well, there's only one winner at the end of the day, and that's the guy that shorts the range high. So what we say is, for emphasis there, trade the range until it breaks. Of course, 5th time of testing the range high is quite a lot, and we don't want to get aggressive. Obviously, we're more aggressive on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd attempts. When we're reaching these 4th, 5th, 6th attempts of testing a range high, of course, we don't need to be so aggressive. There's absolutely just no need to be. Yeah, so... that's really just my thoughts on that. Yeah, you know my levels to the upside. You know my levels to the upside. You know my levels to the downside. And if we break the range high, you know the levels up. And so yeah, I think is that pretty clear. Let me read the comments. Let's read the comments and see what people are saying. So. Why am I so croaky? My throat is a little bit dead. That's why I'm not going to keep this stream on for ages. My throat is dying, I'm not going to lie. Daniel, I love you. You changed my life 180 degrees. Mate, I am very, 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 very happy to read that, to be honest with you. And you're absolutely more than welcome. Do you also see a cup and handle? No, I don't trade cup and handle patterns, mate. So I'm not a pattern trader. So even if there was, I wouldn't trade that pattern. I was a member of Chart Champions, and so thankful. Trades you gave on Sunday Champion stream, I had already prepared. Just pure love. You are a best teacher. You are more than welcome, mate. ETH also looks like a... mate, these club and handle patterns, mate. Ethereum. I guess you're looking at this. This is all I can imagine that you're looking at. That it's this that you're looking at. No, I suppose that you've forming some sort of cup and handle and you think this is the cup and handle. I'm really not sure if this is the one that you're thinking about, but yeah, I would definitely not trade that pattern if I'm totally honest with you, mate. It's just not, I would just never trade that pattern. Yeah, we apparently we got the HOK community coming in here and trying to shill. Thank you, Younes, for doing a brilliant moderating job, because I think the HOK shills have hijacked the stream, whatever HOK is. We just had about 1,000 comments of HOG. Apparently this thing's going to the moon. But thank you, Younes, for the moderation. I do appreciate it. And yeah, so that's Bitcoin. And I truly, I mean it this like so honest and purely that, I think just people naturally there's this like incline of people just a few things when it comes to Bitcoin. People just love to long. I feel that if we look at Bitcoin in terms of percentages, how much percentage of the market is comfortable shorting? Well, I think if we look at it in the whole, of course we don't have statistical numbers on this. It's kind of just my perspective. But if we think of the Bitcoin market, I think it's generally attracted to a lot of retail, especially a lot of newer traders. And how much people in general are open to shorting, especially an asset that they're so in love with. You have to remember, a lot of people are in love with Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Bitcoin bull, but I still love shorting the asset because I'm a trader at the end of the day. But I think a lot of people are don't really enjoy shorting. They think it's dangerous for some reason. They think they're going to lose a lot of money, and I think it's just because of maybe that's what they hear. And then if they hear it enough times of don't short in a bull market, shorting is dangerous, only trade with 1% of your portfolio, these sort of things where, shorting is kind of viewed bad. And of course, I think people are under the impression that they should short, but I think this is what we try and teach. Of course, you can short in whatever market conditions because we're in a bull market, but we're still seeing here 10% moves, 5% moves to the downside. And this is why would you not short these levels? You have a stop loss at the end of the day. So even if you lose the trade, you're losing 1%, and it's not the end of the world. Really don't think so. But yeah, let me see if there's any other comments. La, 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 la. There. I'm not really sure what those spammers are doing, mate. I really have no idea, if I'm totally honest with you. Yes, I am going to talk about EOS. I will do that, my friend. Do not worry. Will I cover BNB? Maybe if we have time, potentially at the end. But BNB is not in my top 5 altcoins that I want to cover. I suppose if enough people really want it. Do I look at Lisk? Nope, I have not looked at Lisk, and that one I'm definitely not planning to look at. Let's just see before we move on. Oh, that's really funny comments. Oh yeah, that one's don't know if to talk about that one or not. Yeah, I guess I could. It's kind of, actually I don't think I want to talk about it. But yeah, that's pretty funny. How does short work? So somebody says, how does short work? Well, really simply, what you have to think of shorting. I mean, this is very, very, very simple stuff. I don't want to spend too long on explaining this, but what you have to just think is, let's say you short, I don't know, an asset worth $10, you short 10 pounds, or you short $10, it drops 20% to the downside. So essentially you sold it at $10. You then buy it back at $8. So prices move down 20%. You're essentially pocketing the difference. So you'd make obviously $2 on that, 20% of your portfolio on a 20% drop to the downside. So you could just view it like in the most simplest terms possible. I don't want to go in depth, but that's a really simple way of looking at it essentially. Of course, it's a bit more complex, but the simplest way to explain it is price is trading at $10. You're selling $10. Price drops 20%. You buy back essentially. Of course, though, you're not actually like selling and buying when it comes to shorting, but for the sake of the example, you're buying it back then at $8 and you're, let's just say, keeping the difference of what it's moved. So that's like the simplest way of explaining a short position, I think. My throat is wrecked. Yeah, I probably shouldn't even be doing this stream, if I'm totally honest with you. Doge. I might talk about Doge actually. Hey Daniel, just join your champions. I hope my life is going to become better because it's dark and rainy over here. Man, joining the champions, I know your life is going to be better. Good decision you've made there, mate. I think you're going to learn a lot. Okay then, so let's move on to the next altcoin. I think we'll come back to Bitcoin because this does seem like it's getting a bit of a move. This should move out of this section here within, shortly actually. So we can come back to Bitcoin in, let's say, 5 minutes. What I want to cover first before we come back to Bitcoin, I just want to cover EOS a minute, and then we will jump back to Bitcoin. Okay, because it looks like it's going to move. Let's just really check this on the footprint. Just see how many people are longing and shorting here a second. Move this down to the 5-minute chart. Okay. Wow, we actually saw a lot of longs coming in there. Crazy stuff. Okay, open interest going up quite nicely at this level. Look at this, 26 million shorts, followed by all longs opening here on the rise. Big battle going on actually between the longs and the shorts. So this should get a move shortly actually. Obviously, we've filled in quite a lot of the inefficiencies in this market. So we literally are just in a really nice range. It literally is like a absolute perfect range. So yeah, if we can look to get a move out of this shortly, that would be brilliant. As it stands, it's pretty equal amount of longs and shorts coming in here. It's very, very, very even. So with that said, let's move over to EOS. So of course, I've done the video on EOS this morning, and I had to remove the video because of the people. Apparently, it was very close to financial advice, and I was advised to remove the video. But of course, I'm not giving financial advice in these videos, and I'm not telling people what to do with their money. And you know, you have to remember this is all paper trading demo accounts. So I don't want to get, you know. The thing is, you have to remember that we have been sued in the past. So this is the thing, that we've had experience of this. Of course, people did not win their lawsuits, and we actually done countersuits. And it, you know, but the thing is, people have attempted to sue us in the past, although losing. The thing is, I just had to be really careful with the video today, because after I was brought to my attention, I did think to myself, okay, actually, maybe this could be considered financial advice. So I had to delete the video. And I need to emphasize in this video that the previous video, of course, was not financial advice. But yeah, EOS. What we obviously were talking about in this morning's video, the thing is, it had about 6,000 views at the time of removing it. So I think the majority of our viewers had already watched it anyway. But basically, what we were talking about at the time this morning, where were we this morning? I made that video about 10. So the video was made around here, okay? And we were obviously discussing the levels to the upside and to the downside. We were saying resistance is $14, and I was saying support is $9. So I'm obviously not going to talk about what you should do with your money in this video, but what we were looking at the time was this ascending triangle, okay? And obviously you get targets from this ascending triangle by taking your, you know, your price target, you know, just the price level. You take it from the low of the triangle, and there was two ways you could take it: from the low to the high, be very aggressive or conservative. And what we were saying, okay, if we break the high of this triangle, then this obviously moves it up to around $15 overall. But I was, you know, I have the conservative way of viewing this, which I think personally, my personal target was obviously $14. But you have then a higher target of $15. But that's, you know, that's, you know, we broke to the downside. So obviously we were, you know, my words were, this triangle, if it breaks to the upside, we look for $14 first, $15 next. If it breaks to the downside, personally, I'm looking for $9. Obviously, we have broken to the downside, and it offered a really good short position if you wanted to take a short on EOS, to be fair. Okay, so what we done on this, we support touch number 1, support touch number 2, support touch number 3 of the ascending triangle. We broke the triangle to the downside, and we back tested it as resistance. So we really did get a confirmation of breaking the triangle here. And since back testing that support of the triangle as resistance, we have currently moved down 14%. So a very, very, very big move to the downside, if we're totally honest here. And you can see here how we're bouncing off our first old Fibonacci target. So remember, that target was $10.20. Second target there being $12.37. And obviously my bigger target being $14.50. And this is why we had the 3 levels, you know, of that target for me, starting $14, potentially ending $15. And we have that nice Fibonacci target right in the middle there of $14.54. But, you know, that's to be decided if we're coming up this high. For now, we are bouncing currently off of the old fib target of $10.20. But obviously, I would prefer now, if I'm honest, to see this move further down, back down to test around $9. Obviously, the biggest target of this coming in at around $8.70. Let's just say about $8.40. I want to say is the you know, really where we could say it's like the official target of this. It's quite a drop from here. This is the thing. That's still another 17% move to the downside. So I think for it to reach this far down, it would have to mean Bitcoin is dropping, of course. And if we think Bitcoin is going to be breaking up and Bitcoin has strength, then it seems very, very, very unlikely that we're going to come down to, you know, $8.40 EOS. I think that's very unlikely unless Bitcoin drops heavily. And if we think Bitcoin is going to be remaining range bound or breaking to the upside, it's obviously not going to come down that low. So we're currently finding support off of that $10.20. And I'm talking about very, very, very precisely. If you see this, we're talking about to the absolute dollar there. But that is EOS. Obviously, if we get acceptance back above the old triangle breakdown, I still think we got the target of $14 to $15. Obviously, I hold longs on this from like $5. So I'm really, really, really comfortable staying in my long positions. I have no fear. And as I said, I'm happy to buy if it goes down lower. Not financial advice, not telling you what to do with your money. Do your own research. Educational video only, entertainment video only, demo accounts, paper trading, legal disclaimers, financial advice disclaimers, no financial advice, all the disclaimers. Of course, I've got to get all the disclaimers in here. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's what I would personally maybe look to do, is buy $9. Okay, if we drop down that low, that for me is my target, basically, to buy more. You have to remember, I'm already long on EOS, and this is just to buy more paper money of EOS, of course. So yeah, that was a long roundabout way of. Yeah, I think that people got really funny with us this morning because of the way that it moved up. And I mean, I can talk about this because, I think I can talk about this now because I removed the bit of the video which was dodgy. And the problem is, as you've seen this in the past where we've done these sort of signal call memes sort of things. And so obviously we were looking at buying, or I was anyway, buying EOS at 1 p.m. yesterday. And, we basically had the let's pump EOS to $10. We decided to get the rocket ships out, but I don't think this is financial advice, is it? If people want to trade off of the gifts, then it's like, hey, they can trade off the gifts. But yeah, this was basically the biggest problem, that we had the gift takeoff. So we posted the gifts. Lots of people started to buy around 1 p.m. and then it started to pump about 2 hours later, and we obviously got that crazy massive move to the upside yesterday of 40%. So again, we're not saying who or what caused this. Of course, we're not going to be speculating on that, but the speculation is, of course, that we decide to enter EOS, we get the rocket ships out, and then the market decides to pump. But what we're saying is this was based purely off a technical analysis, purely off a technical analysis, and we were just very lucky maybe to buy the rocket ship of EOS before the move to the upside. So that's, I hope it's cleared that up. Hope that has cleared that up. That is exactly what happened. We were just very good at our technical analysis, recognizing that the pump was going to be coming. And that was obviously at 1:30. The pump obviously happened 2 hours later. So it took 2 hours later for the 30 to 40% move up. But I hope that's cleared that up anyway. I very much hope it has. So yeah, that's Bitcoin, EOS. Yeah, I want to cover my next top 4 altcoins. Obviously, we're seeing a bit of a pullback. This is the thing. These are the days when you want to get involved. You want to get involved in the pullbacks, not when they're massive green anyway. Question here says, Daniel, are you in that long since 5 using leverage? I actually held back there the majority on, the majority was on spot, to be honest with you, mate. It's just I converted. So it's like I said here, what I like to do is convert my Bitcoin to EOS. So I converted 25% of my Bitcoin to EOS. This was about a month ago. And then, so yeah, obviously I have a little bit leveraged on that as well. Somebody says, how do I get into that group? So this is the champions. This is the champions group, mate. Champions level group. Mate, we are used to it. Always baffles me how people can hate on Daniel. Man's out here literally changing lives. Mate, you don't understand. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that just dislike our champions. Mainly competitors, if we're totally honest. People that think that we're a threat to them, I suppose. Although we're just all love, and yeah, this is all, of course, this is all paper trading. I'm just going to get my fruit. I'm going to get my bowl of fruit. Look at this. You see how full this bowl of fruit is? Strawberries, raspberries, melon, pineapple. All prepared very nicely. Very nice. Do I have thoughts on Tezos? Yes, I do, actually. I think I might go through Tezos tonight. Daniel, can you talk about Doge? Yeah, I think I will. Daniel, talk about Litecoin. I think I'm going to do that as well. You know, I just see loads of people asking the same question. I don't really want to like talk about these sort of things because it's kind of, I think I might just to talk about it just to do like one final talk of that and then not talk about it again because I haven't talked about it obviously. Yeah. I think I might do it for 1 minute and then move back over to moving on. I think we'll do Litecoin next. Man, I'm running out of water. That makes me sad. It does make me sad. But yeah, I got some comments to reference here for. I think it makes it a bit easier to explain. I need to find them actually. 1 second. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Bitcoin with its move to the downside. Well, it can just retest 57,800, of course. But what did I say? We should get a nice move out of this because what I'm saying is literally the open interest. If we go back to this, open interest was increasing nicely. Net longs, net shorts. No, net shorts falling off slightly. They were increasing a bit here. You see the open interest, net longs, net shorts, open interest all going up. Means the move is going to be a bit better. Here we go. See if we take the low. Oh, there we go. Took the low. $11 million, 16 million candle, all closing. You know, and this is what I mean why you have to have the confidence to literally take the shorts up at the highs. Because imagine that you had not taken that short, like you were too scared to take it. I think you're going to like kick yourself so hard. Now, I've said this once and I will say it again, that I would much prefer to lose a trade than be too scared to take a trade and even then lose it, because you get into bad habits. If you become fearful or like scared, the same is like, imagine that you get into a really nice position and then you close that position too quick out of fear of losing it. Like that's a bad habit to get into. Also a bad habit to get into is too scared to take the trade in the first place. Like that really would annoy me if I was too scared to take the trade. And the thing is, you have to remember that used to be me. So I've been trading for a long time now. I no longer have these fears, but of course I know what it is like to have those fears because I used to have them, you know. So I totally comprehend the fears. It's not like I'm saying, I think everybody goes through the stages. Everybody goes through that stage of like thinking that they know nothing or thinking they know everything maybe, and then realizing actually this is a rabbit hole, there's much to learn, and then going through the stage of analysis paralysis. Oh, there's too much, it's too confusing. Then you go through the stage of, okay, I have a bit of a grasp, let's start trading, you know, losing all the trades. You think it's a never ending process. You think you're never going to make it, you know. This is the famous quote now. People overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And I think that's a really nice one. But I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to screen time experience. You know, just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Once you have that strategy down, locked down, it becomes a walk in the park. It really should do. Okay. So we see 7 million down at the lows. Personally, I'm just going to take another profit on this. I think I'm just going to take another 10%. So that for me is a take profit too. Why? Because basically we kind of got a mini swing fire. Did we actually take the lows over here? No. I mean, we might get another sub move to the downside here. because we haven't actually taken these lows. So you see we haven't actually taken these lows here. We just missed it. So obviously it would be very nice to take those. So I think I might hold fire. Let's just see if we come back above the high. Okay, we can see here on the depth of market, the bids are actually stacking up a little bit. Okay, if we get back above the value area high, I think I'll just take profit on it and just then relax for the rest of the stream. So let's just see if we reclaim this previous day value area high a second. That's what I'm just going to look for. So let's just see. Of course, talking about my paper money trades, but I still want to manage this because why not? So let's just see if we reclaim this. I'm going to take another 10% profits. If we don't, then I'm going to stay in the short. Come on, come on. I might just take another 10% because I don't want to hold up the rest of this stream. I can get out with a limit order as well. So basically what we're looking at here is how many people are buying and selling. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I don't want to hold up the stream. So bear with me 10 seconds. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to try and get out with a limit order, so I would like it to push down slightly. And there we go. That's nice. We need it down a bit more, though. So this is the advantage when you get out with a limit order because you're paid on rebates. So I was like, this isn't going to fill my position, but you'd like to get out with rebates. It makes it a little bit better, you know. Anyway, yeah, so I was debating talking about this or not, but because of the amount of questions that came in, I decided why not. Slightly hesitant to, but hey, I guess we can do it for why not. A lot of people are interested. Let me take a... Oh, I just had a text. Hi Daniel, are you available tomorrow for an electrician's visit to your property? Yes, I am actually, mate. Let me just reply to this. Yes, I am. Thank you. Wow, this is an electrician working in the evening. I wanted that electrician because I want to do some stuff. Let's just see if we take these lows. This is what I would really, really, really like, just to take this. So if I can just do this, I'd love it. Let's just see. Losing all my monitors here. Cool. Right. So we're ready. Let's see what happens. So yeah, the question, you know, it's obviously slightly awkward to talk about it, but I think a lot of people just kind of want to know. Well, the thing is, like, how do I approach this topic? I guess I would just go out and talk about it. I mean, the thing is, I feel like I don't know really whether to talk about it or not. It's feels a little bit below me to be doing it. I'm really kind of debating whether I do or not. I don't really know whether I want to do it or not, honestly. Be nice if Bitcoin could move. Come on, let's see Bitcoin down below this load and I can relax a little bit. Come on, Bitcoin. You know you want to. Just would like it a little bit more. Come on. Well, this is a battle right now. There are just look at this. 8.9 million. So this is the problem, that you just got so many people trying to short this. I want to try and take profits, but you got so many people shorting. Like another million came in there. This is intense. This is intense. This is a really, really, really close battle. I mean, literally, we're $2 from the lows. It's kind of like, what the hell? Come on. We're $2 from the low, but somebody is literally trying to defend this low. It's like, why? It's crazy. So somebody is literally sat there with about 10 million just trying to defend this. They don't want that low taken. Like, I kind of want it to... I'd like it taken, but I think somebody else doesn't want it taken. Battle of the whales. Because somebody is literally trying to defend it. It just doesn't make any sense. You see how even this is? Well, actually, the volume is like died off totally. But still. Oh, right. So we're coming back into value area as well. Come on. Man, it's so close. Literally, somebody's trying to defend this hard. Let me go. 1 second. This is ridiculous. I'm just going to have to trade this. The thing is, for like $2, I just don't see the point in not trying to just take profit now. It's just a little bit annoying. I could have got out with limit order. That's the thing. I could have got out with limit order if we take the lows. So it just means I make a little bit more money. But it's just ridiculous. Because I don't actually, you know, somebody here is defending this really hard. It's just a really weird level to try and defend, though. So this is like my thought process for the people wondering. If I can get out a limit order here, I make obviously a slightly bit more money because it's lower, and also you get out at limit. So it's just nice to get the rebate fees. But, you know, when I have to get out at market, we're not like, all I'm doing is trying to get out 10%, but it's just a little bit more annoying when you're paying a little bit more fees. So like this is the conundrum always of this is the problem. You know, if you're playing with like $100, it makes no difference. But when you're playing with a few million, and you know, it's nice to, you know, get out properly. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm looking at the order book, and literally the order book now is just sat with an 8 million buy order. So literally there's an 8 million buy order. So somebody sat there with 8 million just buying. Wow, it's gone up to 9 million. This is crazy. A 9 million buy order on the bid side. look at it, 9 million. If you're on Bybit right now, if you are on Bybit, look at Bybit, because it's insane. There is literally that 9 million buy order in the books. That's oh my. Oh, this is insane. Literally. Oh my, this is so crazy. It went to an 11 million buy order on the bid side. This is absolutely incredible, actually, watching this, because, I mean, it's really funny that somebody's trying so hard to defend this. Literally, it went from 8 million, and then a sell wall appeared, and it went to 11 million. Literally, if you're not doing it with me, load up Bybit and look at this. It's absolutely insane. I'm just going to have to take profits because this is just crazy. That's mental. It's really not often you see that. Oh, well. Eagle versus Daniel live. I don't really think Eagle would buy there. It's a really random place. But hey, the market sometimes is like, yeah, it's just such a weird place. But anyway, it's done. It's done. So yeah, we'll have to see how that progresses. It's going to be very, very, very interesting though. That was pretty funny. I think we'll talk about Litecoin. So Litecoin is obviously the other altcoin that I've been trading a lot recently. Litecoin against Tether. Where is it here? This is Litecoin against Bitcoin. So it's obviously pulling back a little bit at the moment. So 340, we hit our high of 373. So obviously we have been calling Litecoin for, oh my, how long have we been calling Litecoin now for? Over a month. Over a month we have been calling Litecoin to you all. Well, first obviously in the champions group, as kind of standard procedure. First it goes to the champions, then it will go to the public. But we have, even for the public videos, I think about 2 weeks now been calling Litecoin. And I hope you know this. Let's just write it in the comments. What was the Litecoin target? Somebody write right now. What was the Litecoin target? Somebody write this, because I want people to understand. If you're new here, I make it very clear what my next target was. So right now, what did I say the next Litecoin target to the upside was? This would have been, well, at least a few days ago. It's Bitcoin moving again, is it? Oh my, look at that. How ridiculous. Oh, it took the lows. Oh, that's a little bit like, what the hell? As soon as I done my take profit, like literally 1 minute later, they removed it. How ridiculous is that? Literally. Literally, that is so funny. I wanted to take profit. I was holding off for the lows, and as soon as I take profit, we took the lows. Man, that's funny. No, that's funny. Hey, fair play, man. That's funny. But there you go. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the lows taken. We took it. Slightly annoying that I took out. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We still made money. That's the important thing. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, yes, look at this. Everybody knew if they were paying attention. It was 375 to 370. We had all of that confluence. 372, 375, 375, 370, 370, 370, 375. The targets that I was giving to everybody was between 370, 375. That was the target zone for Litecoin. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to see the top out price of Litecoin? Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Topped out there, $373.47. I don't think anybody's surprised by right now, because CC Pool run the paper trading markets very well. But obviously, yeah, we were looking at $370 to $375. We hit that absolutely perfectly today, even with a little swing failure pattern, already pulled back 8% to the downside. If you're not impressed by that, then you're not impressed very easily, because that was impressive. That was impressive. Come on. Let's if you weren't impressed by that, if you were not impressed by that, to remind people, the day that we went into, let's move this down to the 12-hour chart. You already know, if you've been following the channel, the day that CC Pool started to buy Litecoin, it was the 25th of March. 25th of March, Litecoin was bought. And here today, we topped out $375. If you're not entertained, then I don't know what to say. Bought the absolute low of this one. Just take profit ideas that high. Hey presto. Hey presto. But yeah, there we go. 375. Yes. There we go. A green 375. The green knows what he's on about. Obviously, we can still look for higher on Litecoin. This was an intermediate level. It doesn't mean we're going to turn down forever, okay? It just is an intermediate level. Obviously, we still can look higher on this Litecoin chart. So if we drop this down to the 4-hour chart, I think we can still look at this sensibly, okay? So if we still look at this in a sensible fashion, I mean, the first and most obvious thing that we obviously were looking at was this low to the high, okay? That's obviously where we had 375. We were obviously then taking our one-to-one extensions here. Ooh, look at that. My God, how beautiful. I mean, you have to love technical analysis now. You have to love technical analysis. Come on. We are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, come on. You hit that one-to-one to extend that hit. You hit that one-to-one extension absolutely perfectly for an 8% move to the downside. Come on, you have to love what we're doing here. Calling that level days in advance. 375 was called days in advance. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. That is something else. 8% move to the downside. Of course, we can breach through this level still. And obviously, when we breach through this, we're looking back up to around $400. But wow, I impress myself sometimes, to be honest with you. Do impress myself. So if this is continuing upwards still, we got our next target, basically $400 Litecoin. $420. You got to go for 420, no? Because this is Bitcoin at the end of the day. We got to go for 420. Yes, I do think I'm going to talk about Cardano. Thank you, mate. Did he cover EOS? I have talked about EOS for a little bit, yes. I have talked about EOS briefly. Well, briefly for about 10 minutes. Obviously, the star of the show is always Bitcoin. Look at our reaction. Oof, that is one high wick now. Look at that 4-hour wick. That is absolutely incredible. Man, it is a subject. I'm really not sure whether to talk about it still. People really want to know, but no, I don't hate Cardano. If I'm long on Cardano. The only position I hold on Cardano is a long. So I'm long on Cardano. I'm trading Cardano. I think it's nice. So no, I don't really hate it. I just recognize when to buy something and when to short something. Yeah. So when everyone was hyping Cardano last month, I liked to short it, but Cardano hype actually went away. No one really hyped it anymore. So you know, they moved on to the next project that's 100% up. So, yeah, I like Cardano and I am long on it. So, yeah, Doge. Actually, should we do Cardano first? So I'm trading it against Tether. Local downtrends, but that's kind of normal. Could have a falling wedge here. Yeah, I think overall, let's just double check it against Bitcoin. Difficult. 10%. Again, this means Bitcoin would have to move down, but obviously your best buyback opportunity, I'd say, is about $1.50. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Past performance is not applicable to future gains. I think $1.50 is a nice buyback zone if we get that. But of course, that means Bitcoin has to crash. Not crash, but move down. Overall, though, let's say in the perfect world, we get a $1.50 entry. I think we're still looking to trade it back up to around $1.85. So I still think that we have that really nice trade. And obviously, the lower we drop, the better the opportunity, I would have thought. So I'm not shorting Cardano. I am long on Cardano, yeah? So I'm long on Cardano. But to buy more, oh man, if we go give him $1.50, I would take it. I would take it. And I'd look to trade it back up to $1.85, to be honest with you. Oh, this is the wrong exchange. I don't trade on that exchange. Bybit. I've already put a stop loss on this one, so I will share this one. I'll show you where my stop loss is right now. I think I posted actually in here a little while ago. My alt count in the last week or so, most of the profit locked in too. Thanks, Daniel and the All-Stars, for the knowledge and opportunities you've given us. The guys made 48% gains in the past week. Amazing, mate. We obviously have been killing the altcoin game recently, though. Well done, mate. Happy to read. Pretty sure I posted my Cardano trade in here. Oh, Victor Long from this morning. Absolute legends. Victor does the Friday updates. He done a update today. Demo chart. Man, I love you, Victor. Victor with his demo account, of course. Long $52,000 and closed it 57,666. Trading the range. I'm sure I posted my Cardano trade in here a while ago. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I had my original stop loss obviously moved up into profits at 1.42. If I could buy back even more at $1.50, I would, if I'm totally honest with you. My paper demo account, of course, that's where I'd look to buy it back. Yeah, $1.50. So I think Cardano really nice. We have got a 5-minute falling wedge, so we could obviously see something like this, where we get a bit of a move up and then overall continue down. So that would be one of the scenarios I'd be looking for. That would bring us down to around $1.50 for a really nice long opportunity on paper. Maybe even if we got a fake out like this, you know, that's what I think Cardano, to be honest with you. So I guess on a perfect world, we'd see something like this. Yeah. Be like most perfect world scenario, I suppose. Sorry, I'm like, here I am, like eating my mango and guy trading from his roof. I love it. Well played. There you go. People loving the EOS trade. I'm sure this guy also must be trading with, must be on his Binance paper trading account, because he's made 100% profits off of that EOS call. Well done, man. Lots of people making a lot of paper money. How amazing. Look at this guy. He's grown his paper account from here all the way up to here. That's an equity curve we like to see. Wow. You made $10,000 yesterday on paper account. Well done, mate. Anyway, moving on. Bitcoin's still range bound at the lows. A range within a range, no? So this is what we got lining up on Cardano. I suppose what we could say is it gives us a very nice potential looking paper trade on our demo accounts up to about $1.50. Sorry, $1. Yeah, $1.85. Sorry, I don't know where I got $1. $1.50 to $1.85. We want to protect ourselves. Pretty nice, no? This could go slightly higher. Maybe back up to above 170. Paper account, yeah. Obviously, we cannot give financial advice. So this is why we tell everybody, you got to learn. You got to learn, and you got to learn with paper demo accounts. And of course, we would never be trading with real accounts. You know, that would be a crazy thing to do, no? Ethereum, yeah, we haven't talked about Ethereum for a little while, have we? Actually, obviously, this one was crazy. ETH went absolutely mental. Let me see this. Through the weekly order block. Well, this is absolutely crazy. Ethereum looks as if it can still push on upwards, no? And if that's the case, 4,000. Excuse me. The thing is, I think at this point it's going to follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin moves down, ETH will retrace, and if Bitcoin moves up, Ethereum will move up. It's just going to follow Bitcoin, I feel, at this point. Bitcoin pairs just broke the weekly order block. and you'd like to see a bit of consolidation now over the weekly order block. And if that's the case, you've got to be thinking that Ethereum is bullish. Moves to around, I think you've got to go off of psychological levels now. So you have your next psychological level around 4,000. The thing is, this is so vertical. I suppose your best extension would have to be here. 1618, $4,200. Lovely, no? If I'm at 20%, yeah. So I suppose that would make sense. The next target would be 4,200 based off of fibs. That's just fibs alone. I wouldn't short there, but I think it's another, nice area to look for day trades, look for a range. And that would be my thought process there. Pump the likes. Yes, everybody. Smash the likes. Let's get those likes up to 1,000 likes. Come on, we got 1,800 people in here. This is rookie number amount of like to view ratio. Get that to 1,000 straight away. Stop what you're doing right now. Stop what you are doing right now. Click the like button. Smash the likes. Turn them blue. Let's get that to 1,000. And once we reach 1,000, let's do the next paper money. Let's trade with some more paper money together. That's what you got to do. Stop. Like. Subscribe. Tick the notification bell. What else can we say? Of course, if you're an experienced, this is a good one. How could I forget about this? If you're an experienced trader and you feel like you know what you're doing, then of course you can make use right now of the free $1,100 crypto trading bonus via signing up with our affiliate link at bybit.com/a/chart champions. Experienced traders only, of course, and that's a free $1,110 bonus. Oh, that is an amazing bonus. Yeah, absolutely amazing. How could you not want $1,100 for free? Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Lots of people told me that. They were like, the EOS all-time high is $22. The thing is that it depends what your exchange you're on. I will talk about this. Obviously, if we're looking at Bitfinex, so I was told the Bitfinex exchange has a different all-time. So look at this, yeah? EOS USD on, let's say, Coinbase. Let's look at Bitfinex. Obviously, Bybit, we're above it. And if we look at this on Binance again, so each exchange has an all-time high difference. So we look at the monthly chart. Coinbase, all-time high, $13. Bitfinex, all-time high, $22. Binance, all-time high, $16. So, I mean, of course, the exchange you're looking at, every single one has a different all-time high. I honestly don't think it matters whether we're looking at $16 here or whether we're looking at $23 at off of the Bitfinex exchange. For me, it's not going to affect in any way how I'm trading this currently on EOS. So yeah, you have to remember that I'm trading it based off the EOS BTC pair. So it doesn't really bother me what the all-time high is, whether it's $14, $16, $22, $100, because I'm trading it based off the EOS BTC pair. So for me, it's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, of course, different exchanges have different all-time highs. Come on, let's pump it up, pump up the numbers. Get to 1,000. Come on, everybody, we can do it. Also a huge fan of the green paper trade. Yeah, it's pretty fun now. Wow, look at this consolidation, crazy. Well, we have people watching over on Twitch. Hello to the Twitch fam. Might join you later. All of our EXO templates, so all of those templates that you see here, these are templates that are for the contenders. So this is the thing, yeah. So these templates, this is the thing. I'll say this: if you ever see anybody using these templates, that you will know with 100% certainty they were within the Chart Champions group, because Igor was the guy that made these templates, made them, popularized these templates, made them himself. So these templates are only available in the Chart Champions group unless you get it from a bootlegger who's trying to adjust the templates. So yeah, these templates though are really for the contenders and the champions into the group. That's obviously all of them. My TPO template I'm releasing to the group on next week, Thursday or Friday, because I want to make some changes before I release this one. So this specific one is being released next week. Obviously though, we have some. Yeah, basically all these templates are for the group really. 3 million coming to the downside. So, yeah, that's kind of my Ethereum thoughts. I think it still looks good. We obviously got the back test of the weekly order block here on the 15-minute chart. Thing is, like, these are such good scalps. This is like a 10% rise to the upside. I think for day traders, they're nice levels. What other comments have we got? Pesky bootleggers. Yeah, man. Pesky bootleggers. Yes, they are all explained in the course. We're obviously on the TPO series right now. The other templates, yeah, they're all explained in the group. There's a contenders section and there's a champion section. Can it go to 2,700? Can it go to... Well, mate, come on. This is a... can it go to 2,700? The answer is yes. It can go to 2,700 because it can literally do anything. So the answer is yes, it can go to 2,700. Do I think it's... you have to remember, everything is possible in trading, but is it the most likely? Is it the most likely? It'll be a 22% move to the downside. So the only way you're going to see that is if Bitcoin crashes. You'd have to see Bitcoin losing the range low. So, I mean, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it likely? Not as it stands. I wouldn't personally want to be, I can't give you financial advice, so I cannot look at a specific case and tell you what to do. That's too close to financial advice. So I have to be very roundabout with my answers. I cannot say close the position. I cannot say do this, do that, because I cannot look at a case by case viewpoint. So I'm just going to say, I think the only way you're going to hit 2,700 ETH is if Bitcoin breaks the range low. And I don't really feel it's the most probable at the moment because we're at range high, really simply for that reason. Now, we've made a lot of money today. What can I say? We have, to be fair. The EOS is on Bybit. It's its own pair, so it's against USD. So you have to convert Bitcoin into EOS. I think I'm going to call it a night here, to be honest with you. My throat is... I really should not keep doing this. My throat is going to actually die otherwise. What did we? How many alts did we get through? I wanted to get through 5, but I think we done Ethereum, EOS, Litecoin. That's all we got through now. Bitcoin or Cardano. Well, we didn't get through all my top 5, but we've done enough for this video. I'm going to have to call it an end just because otherwise, it's just I do myself more damage. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. I've taught you through Bitcoin, the range that we're trading, levels to the upside that we can be looking for if we break out of this range, levels to the downside if we break well, we got the range low still. I've just given you the range low, and then 2 sub levels of support to look out for. So I've given you basically exactly what to be looking for on Bitcoin. Perspective on 2 of, well, really we've gone in depth on 2 of out of 5 of my altcoins. I'll maybe do the next 3 next week, I suppose now. Yeah. If you want these sort of heads up, remember we gave it a heads up yesterday. EOS before a 40% move to the upside. Incredible. If you like those sort of like heads up things, obviously that's for the champions group. We got the next champions live stream on Sunday. So if you want to get involved on the champions live streams, that's obviously where we go through things such as this. Going through those setups, and well, this week exactly as predicted, we made lots of paper money. And the contenders stream obviously on Wednesday, where I'm currently teaching about the TPO charts. So that's really exciting. That's like the stream I'm loving at the moment. Like, I'm loving teaching it. So for me, yeah, I honestly can say hand on heart, I full on love what I'm doing with the TPO, and I think that you will honestly learn so much, and it will literally change your perspective of how you view the markets. So I feel it's a really, really, really powerful course to be watching. So yeah, you got that on Wednesday for the contenders, this stream on Sunday for the champions. And we'll see if we get another exactly as predicted moment. But yeah, I'm going to have to sign off here a little bit earlier than what I would like. I'd love to talk for another hour. I really would. But I physically can't. My throat is just too bad. So yeah, there you go. I'll do the final comments before we sign off. Thanks. See you. Thanks for everything you do. You know, you're more than welcome. Honestly, you know, I honestly would love so much to stay on for another hour, but I just can't. I physically can't. My throat just dies. And I think this is the thing. It's because I don't take any breaks. I really, really, really should go on like a break and just refuse to talk for 2 weeks. But I have not done that yet. I might do that when I end the TPO series. But yeah, I haven't had a break for like, I can't remember, nearly a year now. Just been like full on trading during lockdown, to be honest. I love what I do, so I'm not complaining. Like I enjoy what I do. I'm excited to wake up every morning, you know. So it's like it's difficult for me because one side of me, like here, like I really, really, really want to stay on this stream because I'm enjoying myself. You know, I'm liking this. I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. You know, it's really nice. Get to hang out with the community who are amazing. And then the other side of me is like, Daniel, you should not be doing this stream. You really need to rest and you really need to save your throat. But it's difficult because the side of me that loves what I do keeps on like making me go back to the stream. And I know the head of me is like, do not do the stream. But my heart is like, do the stream. And my heart keeps winning. But it's not going to work out for me in the long term. But hey. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, from the prediction to the outcome, this is traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in the space of a week. And that is CC Pool, exactly as predicted. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Hope you've had a brilliant evening. You probably will catch me on Twitch tonight. So I suppose if you want to see more, if you're interested in more, it will not be speaking. I'll end with this. This is a comment that I want to end with because I'm probably gonna jump over to Twitch, where on Twitch we got quite a nice setup where I'm playing games on one screen and on the other screen I've got cryptocurrency trading, and so you know, we jump back and forth. We do a little bit of gaming, we do a little bit of trading, a little bit of gaming, a little bit of charting, you know. And a really, really funny comment that was read yesterday. Somebody come into the stream and they said, why has Daniel got 1,000 viewers when it's only him not even talking and playing Zelda? And the reply comment to this guy that come in was like, because when Daniel gives us a level in these streams, they're respected. I was like, give that man a beer. Because obviously last night, ooh la 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 la, it absolutely was true. We obviously went to sleep saying we wanted to see the retest of our absolutely magic golden box. What happened this morning? We absolutely smashed into that golden magic box right there, and we got another move to test the lows. So this is the thing. Why would people want to come and watch me not even speaking? Because when I give a level, ladies and gentlemen, it gets respected. With that said, exactly as predicted, have a brilliant evening. That's me signing out. Thank you ever so much and good night.